Hey, good Friday evening, YouTube. Hugmeister's Garage and Workshop. This is part 2 of our Seville cabinet job. We're getting the floor cabinets to match our wall cabinets. We got lucky and one came from New Jersey early, so this is the first one I've got apart here. But we've got our sealant prepped where it wasn't insulated before, as in the last. Got the framing tore off of that shelving. And we started this. I got my parts all laid against the wall. Everything's labeled pretty good. I already got 2 side panels together. And I started on the first door. And I put all my hardware bags over in these magnetic dishes with the numbers on the bags facing up and all my parts. So I can kind of get some sort of a system going here. But here's our box of wheels, and it has a couple of wall straps in it as well. So we're going to get moving on this, and we'll be back. All right, we got our first door together. Just a note, I set up this work table with some of the old shelving I took out, and I screwed down the top on that end. So my plan is, hopefully, since I'm doing this by myself, is to get it together and then slide it down off the end and stand it up, because I think the whole thing weighs like 120 pounds. So, but this way you don't got to be on the ground working it, and I think that's gonna work, hopefully. But we're running out of parts on this wall and we're putting them here, so here we go. Alright, not too bad so far. Starting to look like something. This is the back. This is the back, and we're going to start putting our back pieces on. And those are over there, and those are our shelves. So we'll be back. Alright, we're coming along. We got the back panels on, and I've been using a small screw gun just set on low. So you don't over torque them. Lowest setting. That takes some of the tediousness of putting the screws in. But here's your back bumpers. Good looking cabinet so far. Getting ready to put the wheels on. Alright, the wheels are on. Remember to put your back bumpers on while it's on a table. That's a lot easier than have to crawl. And I got the side one started. All I have to do is put the front screws in on the front, so you don't have to crawl around the ground as much. But not too bad. Getting ready to set it up, and got my wheels locked so don't take off on me, and hopefully this will just slide down and I can just stand it up, or it'll take off and I'll smash it all to hell. But we're gonna find out. The Eagle has landed. Slid off of there nice. Remember, if you don't have a nice smooth surface, like this is just soft wood, but make sure you put a rag down or something so you don't scarf the front of your cabinet. But now on to the corner brackets and the middle brackets, and we'll be putting our door on. This really didn't take that long. I bet you, once you get going, I bet you could do them like an hour. Say it's definitely easier doing them elevated if you got that sort of setup, so you're not just crawling around on your hands and knees. I know I don't like that, but we'll keep going. All right, we got all our reinforcing brackets on, and now I think we move on to the door, or the door magnets. Okay, looking good. That's about it. I gotta finish putting on the door hinge screws down the side, but there's a little bit of movement in those hinges, so you can get them squared up first before you tighten them all down. But I got to put the shelves in, and I think when I come back the shelves will be in, and that'll be about it. Then I got to wait for the other 5 to show up. Okay, here she is. Got the key lock rod in, got the shelves in. Pretty nice. Tomorrow maybe I can start transferring some of this stuff over to here. That way I can tear my next section out, but not too bad. Might have took might have took an hour and a half, but most of that was figuring who was who. You could probably get them down to like an hour, hour and 10 minutes. Not bad. I like them. The only problem is I got 5 more to do. So next time you'll see this, I might have all 5 together, or I might take some more shots of this stuff coming down. But right now I get the shelves loaded up. So have a good one. All right, I couldn't stand it. I had to start transferring some stuff over. So got to put the heavier stuff on the bottom, of course, so you don't want a thing tipping over on you. But put all our oil and antifreeze in there. Trying to do this so I'm not having to do it again, but I'm sure these, when I get all these in here, they'll probably get shuffled around 5 or 6 times. But I got so much crap, I got to get it in there just a certain way. So maybe I'll put all the oil filters and stuff in there. I don't know. We'll be back. Okay, we're gonna finish this video up. It's Saturday morning. Got some stuff transferred over here. Got all my automotive stuff, oils, whatnot. Many filters of equipment I bought over the years that I just can't throw away. But at least now when you open it up, these are shallower, so it's a little easier to find stuff actually. You can look right down. All my chemicals and stuff. Just shut your door. Looks good. I think when I get the other ones in, I'm going to have plenty of room in there. And say that one, this is the only one I had to buy that didn't have the topper on it because I got that beam. So that's why that one's short. But the rest of them all have got that extra section on top. So that'll give me even more storage. And I think it's going to look good when it's done. Keep an eye out for another video when I got this wall completely done. So have a nice weekend, folks.